Welcome back to the ranking of Naruto games! Every episode we rank a couple of Naruto games, put them on this list to determine which ones are the best and which ones are the worst. And today, folks, I've got a special treat for you. We're playing and ranking two games today, Ultimate Ninja 3, which absolutely blew my mind when I first played it. This game was a big part of my childhood. It was such a massive step forward for the Ultimate Ninja series, but I liked a lot of dumb stuff when I was a kid, so let's see if it holds up. And if we're checking Ultimate Ninja, we have to check what Clash of Ninja is doing too, and this time, Clash of Ninja went from the GameCube to the Wii. Let's see if that console upgrade came with some benefits. Speaking of benefits, you should get yourself a Ridge wallet. Ridge is this small wallet that I've been using for about a year now, and I have been carrying a lot less stuff thanks to the way it is designed. I'm no longer carrying useless receipts or cards that I don't care about because this thing honestly carries everything that I need. Cash on the back with a money clip and cards on the inside. It holds up a bunch of them. Don't need anything else. I'm no longer carrying a big bulky wallet filling up my pants pocket. I travel lighter and I travel happier. As a bonus point, I'll most likely never need to buy another wallet again because this thing is for life. Built from military grade materials like titanium or carbon fiber, all Ridge wallets come with a lifetime guarantee. And if you end up getting one of these and it turns out you don't like it, it's not your thing, you can return it for free within 45 days. You get your money back, no questions asked. Plus, if you do it right now, you can get a 10% discount if you follow the link down below and enter code Globku10 at checkout. Shipping is also free worldwide, so if you've ever been curious about getting a Ridge wallet, there really is no risk in buying it. Thank you, Ridge, for sponsoring this video. Ultimate Ninja 3 was really exciting for multiple reasons. If you look at our current ranking of Naruto games, you'll see the first Ultimate Ninja is near the bottom of the list, and Ultimate Ninja 2 is actually near the top. The difference between these two games was astounding, so I couldn't wait to see what else they added with Ultimate Ninja 3, which would cover the entirety of Naruto pre-time skip. Combat remained largely unchanged, though with a few adjustments that made combos feel a bit more freeform. It wasn't as stiff, definitely felt a lot better, but that also led to the usual anime game broken stuff like infinite combos, which are countered by spamming substitutions. The game definitely feels better, but this combat system still sucks in my opinion. They increased the number of stages, they absolutely blew up the roster. I mean, look at these two side by side, that is crazy. And while most of the characters play the same, occasionally you will find a couple that are actually pretty unique. For example, Tayuya. Tayuya would fight with her flute using sound to attack you, and every character had some sort of transformation or power-up, and in Tayuya's case, she would just summon these giants with every attack. Absolutely ridiculous, and I love it. I like that they also shortened the ultimate attack animation. Instead of them just having multiple scenes, it's now just one and done. That really helped the pace of matches. Overall, nothing but good things. Just don't expect any sort of balance from a game like this. It is 100% fan service over balance. Let's check out story mode. The anime had just wrapped up the Rescue Sasuke arc, bringing about the end of the original Naruto anime. But this game included all the arcs. It did all of them. It was abridged for sure, about 4 fights per arc, fast forwarding through the story until they reached the final arc where they actually spend a bit more time, and I love that. We had just played 2 Ultimate Ninja games, no need to painfully replay all of those arcs again. This abridged structure was awesome at capturing those key moments, especially when accompanied by cutscenes that look like this. Oh my god, this was so good looking. Even nowadays, you look at this and obviously the graphics are outdated, but the camera tricks, the motion effects, the action of these cutscenes still holds up extremely well. And it wasn't just the CG cutscenes sprinkled throughout story mode, the regular cutscenes also received some upgrades with more dynamic camera shots, and everything was, once again, fully voiced. And I think for the first time ever in a Naruto game, you actually had the option of switching between English voices and Japanese voices. Up to this point, if you bought the English version of the game, you would play with English voices. If you wanted the Japanese voices, you needed to buy the Japanese version of the game. So if you watched the anime in Japanese, but you lived in the West, the voices were always a bit weird. You weren't used to them, and this was huge for a lot of fans, myself included. The only problem with story mode was that unlike Ultimate Ninja 2, you could no longer free roam around Konoha, talking to the different ninja in the city, accepting missions and all of that. You simply started the story missions from a menu, but as it turns out, that problem wasn't really a problem because this story mode wasn't all there was for single player content. There was this other story mode where it would immediately put you in the middle of Konoha, and oh my god, I was surprised to see the freedom of movement you had within the city. You could move freely in a 3D environment, you could double jump, you would automatically stick to walls, climb on rooftops. It was so fluid, it felt so good. Ultimate Ninja 3 is the Spider-Man 2 of Naruto games. There, I said it. There has never been free roaming like this in Naruto games ever. Not up to this point and not since. nice. Sure, Rise of a Ninja has a bigger city. Storm also did its free roaming Konoha thing, but neither of those games could you simply jump up to a wall and start running up. You would always have to find either specific spots or stop at a wall to gather chakra, and as a kid, this freedom, this snappiness of this felt amazing. As an adult, having played many other open world games, the sense of wonder is no longer there, but it remains incredibly impressive how much this game improved over Ultimate Ninja 2. And if you ask me, I'd rather have this type of free roaming than anything that Rise of a Ninja, Broken Bond, or Storm ever did with their free roaming. Now, the story for this mode isn't anything out of this world. In fact, it's quite ridiculous, and the game activities are a bit boring. Basically, all the ninja in the village are trying to gather these crystals in an all-out battle royale. The winner gets to add a new rule to the village, and Naruto wants to be a Hokage, so that's the rule he's gonna add. Gathering crystals means finding these shiny things on the ground or battling other ninjas to steal their crystals. So it is a bit repetitive, but the free roaming keeps it fun, I guess. Plus, some Jonin don't really want to fight you, so they challenge you to some of these mini games like physical exercise with Guy or climbing a tree in less than a minute, and you can actually play these against a friend later on. However, it's while free roaming in Konoha that you also find the old side missions from Ultimate Ninja 2 with the interesting gimmicks. So you can spend a lot of time here in Konoha accepting missions and completing them, and the whole thing has a light RPG system to it where you unlock new abilities and you can equip different characters with other jutsu that they then can take into battle. Looking back at the final pros and cons from Ultimate Ninja 2, I feel like this game, Ultimate Ninja 3, has the exact same cons. Battle system is still mashy and characters are still unbalanced. But the pros, they've all been revamped. Still has a ton of content, story mode isn't just good, it is excellent. Tons of fan service with all these characters and how loyal they try to keep them to the show. And I've gotta add, free roaming breakthrough. Because exploring Konoha with that freedom was really a defining moment in the series for me. So with that said, Ultimate Ninja 3 is definitely better than Ultimate Ninja 2, but is it good enough to make it past our current best Naruto game of all time, Rise of a Ninja? I'm gonna say no. Combat is a bit mashy on both. Rise of a Ninja also had the endless substitution problem, and the game just felt broken as far as hitboxes and balance goes. But then single player wise, Rise of a Ninja definitely felt more unique. Ultimate Ninja 3 did its best to not just offer battle after battle in every story mission, but I feel like Rise of a Ninja tailored their missions for each story moment a lot more often, including original anime cutscenes that put you right in the shoes of Naruto at crucial moments. So we're gonna put Ultimate Ninja 3 at a B rank right below Rise of a Ninja. Let's see if our next game has what it takes to conquer the ranking of Naruto games. We can't talk about Ultimate Ninja without talking about its direct competitor, the Clash of Ninja series. In the past, I've said this game has a really solid foundation to be an awesome fighting game, but it always fell short for some reason or another. This is their third attempt, their third Clash of Ninja game, and this time they're going from the GameCube to the Wii with Clash of Ninja Revolution. This came out around the same time as Ultimate Ninja 2, so it doesn't feature characters from the entire Naruto series. Instead, it goes up until the Tsunade arc. But it's weird that they actually removed characters from the roster. Some of them I get it, remove the joke characters, make Sharingan Kakashi and Sasuke a part of the default characters by giving them a power-up during battle, and do the same for Kyuubi Chakra Naruto, but removing Haku, Zabuza, Kiba, I don't get it. The roster isn't bad, it's got a decent size, but when you're competing against the roster of Ultimate Ninja, why are you removing characters? They were essentially done already. To me, the roster of Clash of Ninja will always be more impressive than the roster of Ultimate Ninja, because even though it's smaller, the characters play a lot more uniquely. It's not as easy adding a character to Clash of Ninja as it is to Ultimate Ninja, but removing characters from the roster was a bit of a shock, to be honest. Combat-wise, they made a few additions. First, they added obstacles to every stage. You could hide behind these boxes to dodge kunai, and then come out from behind the boxes with attack buttons. The obstacles mostly got in the way. I wasn't a big fan of this addition. They also added these stage transitions that trigger whenever you hit an opponent into a wall hard enough, I think. They always felt a bit inconsistent to me. And during this running animation, you can hit a button to punch them and deal extra damage, or you can hit a direction to get in front of them, which gives you a juggle opportunity. And your opponent needs to guess what you pressed so they can counter you. Adding this random factor to a fighting game is never a great idea, but I like getting the stage transitions leading into more damage, be it a simple punch or a full juggle. So this new feature definitely has its ups and downs. There's still some wonkiness to the hitboxes. When you sub out of a combo, sometimes you don't show up behind your opponent, sometimes you just show up in front of them, so you spent a whole bar and you're still getting comboed. It feels like the game has improved, but some of the issues that have been there since the start still haven't been fixed. Though I will say this roster is a lot more balanced than the previous games, and to me that was probably the biggest improvement so far. Not to say say the balance is perfect, but joke characters are gone. There's no one that is just like ridiculously overpowered. Everyone feels broken in a different way. But some characters can take advantage of the wonky hitboxes and the inconsistencies of substitution a bit better than others, and I think that's the major balance issue this game has. Story mode also improved a bit. It's still told through this visual novel style, which when you put it next to Ultimate Ninja's cutscenes, it's just clearly inferior. But they do give you some specific requirements for each fight, like finishing a fight with a specific move, or only use taijutsu. My favorite was this one with Neji. Neji wanted to practice his 8-palm rotation before the Chunin exams. So 10-10 throws projectiles, and you have to time your parry 10 times to clear this mission. I love this. Not only is it teaching you one of Neji's abilities in combat, it's also practicing your reactions. At the same time, it makes this mission not just another fight you have to get through in story mode. So yeah, story mode also saw a small improvement in my opinion. Other than that, you still have your unlockables. They didn't have a store with inflated prices this time. Instead, what you needed to do to unlock characters is beat arcade mode with specific characters. So just fight against the CPU, which I know isn't the best, but unlocking characters isn't nearly as painful right now. And then you can also tackle this arcade mode with 2 players or get 4 players fighting against each other in this mode that's just full of camera issues. Again, it works well as a gimmick, but the camera is just all over the place. Which reminds me, they kinda ruined Kankuro. I really like Kankuro's puppet gimmick. I think they nailed his gameplay in Clash of Ninja 2, and it's mostly unchanged in Clash of Ninja Revolution. But whatever they did to the camera has made it really frustrating to fight him. In a 1v1, the game usually has no camera issues, unless you're fighting Kankuro. When that happens, it's like you have 3 characters on stage, and the camera starts spinning like crazy, like it doesn't know which angle to pick. It really breaks the game. All in all, it's definitely a better game than Clash 2, but a lot of its issues still persist, and you would expect them to be solved by the 3rd game. That said, the roster is more competitive than ever, which brings this game another step closer to being that really good Naruto fighting game we all want. We're gonna rank this at C, right above Clash of Ninja 2, but it's still not that solid of a fighting game to overtake the sheer amount of content and entertainment that Ultimate Ninja 2 brought us. And this pains me a little bit, because I feel like Clash of Ninja could easily take this entire ranking. There are simply no competitive Naruto fighting games, and this is really close to being a really solid one of those. Maybe the sequel will finally be the fighting game we want, but I'm honestly starting to lose hope. Anyway, if you guys would like to watch me play any of these games live, make sure to follow me on Twitch, link down below. Also down below, you'll find a link to today's sponsor, Ridge, code Globku10 for a 10% discount. And guys, let me know in the comments which game do you think I should be playing next. Whatever game you guys pick, I'll be streaming it on Twitch, and then I'll rank it here on YouTube. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye.